Namaste, Sacred Masters, and welcome to this pick a card session for your shadow work. We have the deck shuffle and 3 random cards from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck placed before you. If you want to purchase this deck, look for the link in the description box below. You can pause the video and take your time to see if any of these cards resonate with you, and then use the time code in order to jump to the card you choose. This is card 1, 2, and 3. Don't forget there are many more pick a card videos to choose from. You can find them in my playlist, Shadow Work Pick a Shadow Card, on my channel's main page, so don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell for more pick a card sessions. After you pick your card, I will explain what each card means in the book. Now, the book's description is poetic and can be confusing sometimes, but for the sake of sharing, I will read it out, then give you my interpretation of it. You will hear my interpretation when I remove my mask and speak with my normal voice. I will also give you a shadow prompt in order to get started on some shadow work based on the card you pick, together with Grabovia codes to help with your shadow work sessions, or sometimes a link to another video relating to the matter. Alright, let's get started. Pick a card and jump to the timestamp. You chose the card, Is This Me? The card relates to the new moon phase and is illustrated as a dark fantasy female warrior with pale skin and shrouded by a scanty spiked bikini armor. She holds a fang-backed hilted sword against a background of fire and ruin. The sentence that relates to the card is, I cannot recognize myself as I can't remember the road that led me here. How can I see the road ahead? This card is not about an affirmation, but rather a question. Is this me? Can I recognize myself? Maybe yes, maybe no. But for sure, I had lost the road once. The last time I stopped to really think about it, in my heart, I feel maybe like the high school girl that went to the prom. But truly, I am now 45 and I weigh thrice. I feel my true self as the kid that wanted to play soccer with the Real Madrid. All this while punching numbers on an Excel file out in an insurance office. It is not necessarily sometimes negative as a dream lost or corrupted. I could see myself as, love is the most important thing in my life. But actually, I have a very well-paid job that makes me travel and I sleep alone in hotel rooms. When did we last look at ourselves in the mirror? Do we like what we are? Make no excuses, because the choices of what made us who we are our responsibility. If an old dream is dead, it's time to dream anew. If the dream is alive, it's time to go back to it. We have to contemplate when we get this card is what have we lost in ourselves as life begins to take over, giving us new responsibilities. Do we have to sacrifice something and tuck away a dream? Your shadow prompt for this will be, what dreams did I have as a child I can pursue now? You don't have to give everything up, but if there's a passion you always had since you were young, this shadow prompt should ignite something in you to pursue it. Even if it's simple like cooking or playing an instrument. The important thing is, we have to nurture our shadow child, and by repressing the fire within us, we repress our one true self. If your dreams are one that has to do with wealth, such as becoming the CEO of a company, use 719-7413-1981. Or if you wanted to become famous or something such as a musician or even the most well-known cook, use the Grabovia code 8277247 for the energies of fame. If you want to know how to use Grabovia codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.
The card you picked is Artificial Heart and is represented by the new moon phase. It is illustrated as a female figure, an android or a robot, with cyber lines traveling over the skin like gentle spiders, a black choker of feminine servitude, and jaded eyes of futuristic indifference. The sentence that resonates with this card is building oneself to specifications, steeling oneself to adversity, dreaming of electric sheep. Once upon a time, it was a time of flying monkeys. Someone journeyed to a place that wasn't Kansas in order to gain a heart. Oh, such a charming old-fashioned fairy tale. A new heart can be bought on the internet now and be delivered in a couple of days with a brand new shiny instruction manual. It works too. It gets the job done. It's not a job of feelings. It's scripted, like a job of numbers. Actually, it feels like a trade-off. We find refuge in the rational mind, which in turn gives us back the illusion of control. But we still feel. We still long to live through our emotions fully. We are truly like an artificial knight that wants to become a real person. Happiness is not in numbers. But it's not because numbers are bad. It is because there is nothing that alone can grant happiness, and then we blame this choice as the reason why our sky has no color. What if it's not actually connected? What if it's just an excuse? What if even an artificial heart can beat and fall in love and drown in sorrow?
As poetic as this card sounds, it really means that we seek out happiness, our heart, through external means. Sometimes we find happiness is getting others to love us. Sometimes we find happiness in receiving a lot of money or buying our dream home or dream car. These are all external validations, and we must be careful not to place our happiness in the pursuit of external things. Real happiness is found within, not in the artificial heart, but in the real heart. When we chase happiness, there is something that needs to run. Don't make happiness a reward, but rather an emotion that is deserved. Practice looking inwards by asking yourself with this shadow prompt, what can I do today that makes me happy, that's not external? How can you treat yourself like a valued friend in a positive and honest way? When you are doing shadow work for this, use the Grabovio code 487042169 to help with activating your energies of happiness. If you want to know how to use Grabovio codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.
The card you picked is Parasite. It is represented by the waxing crescent moon and is illustrated with a long-haired man with pale-faced heavy lids. A dull golden chain drapes over his forehead. Around his body and through his body, poisonous ivy grows and clings subtly to him. The sentence that resonates with this card is, what can't survive alone will seek company, but instead of growing together, they will wither together. What this card is trying to say is that relationships is not a zero-sum game. Of course, using each other is part of the game,
But it's quite different when use takes the shape of supporting rather than manipulation or exploiting. In the long run, a good relationship is a win-win, where the more I give, the more I get, and the other way around. Still, it's not always like this, isn't it? Not just in bad relationships. In the short run, bad is bound to happen even in a house of true love. We cling, we bite, we hunger for safety and freedom and support. And on the other side, we get mangled, bitten, demanded on. Well, it happens too often. It creates a toxic environment. It doesn't matter if we are the victim or the perpetrator, as poison is shared equally. One gets the pain, another gets the advantage. But the toxic part, they both get fully a parasite, a leech, killing itself as much as it kills the host. It sacrifices the journey to the destination, and then the destination to its own failures. The problem is not living as sheep, but the true problem is living as a sheep for 100 years.
Now, it doesn't have to be a love relationship, but toxic relationships can extend to even family and friends. As long as a relationship makes you unhappy and you feel a sense of burden, you are in a toxic relationship. They are sometimes hard to spot because we deny it by choosing to remember only the moments of love. Toxic relationships happen because there is a lack of trust, honesty, and support. Sprinkle it with communication issues, jealousy, regret, disrespect, and lack of self-care, and you have a golden recipe for toxic relationships. For most of us, we can spot a toxic relationship from afar. But what happens when we could be the one who is toxic? All it could take is unhealed wounds from the past to make someone toxic, and they don't even realize it because they believe their actions are coming from a place of self-protection. We become so wrapped in our own desires and wants, we do not realize that our actions may hurt others. A mother-in-law could be toxic to her daughter-in-law because she wants the best for her son, and her son to be taken care of in the way she believes works, because that's her only experience. So, time to step back and do a double check on your life. Your shadow prom is to take a hard look inside and ask, what toxic traits do I have and how do they present themselves? Start to look at how you project them onto others. This is a good time to do a query now because you're doing it on your own. And it is the best time because you can repair your relationship now before they are beyond repair. Use the Grabovoi code 391194886061 to foster the energies of understanding for your session. If you want to know how to use Grabovoi codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prom and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.